What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today is Monday, April 15th, and the theme of the week is grief. And the topic of today is guilt. So this is my second or third time making this video. I know I had done something similar a few months back, but it seems like it's time to talk about it again, just because grief is so much a part of life. And the first couple times I made this video earlier this week, it was really sad. And I had to remind myself that just because we're talking about loss doesn't mean that it has to be sad all of the time. I think in society too, we are trained to keep ourselves in a state of depression. But I created this video ultimately to give hope to someone else who might be going through feeling guilty over loss. This is something that I experienced when my mom passed over a year ago. I was just honestly completely broken up for a while and blaming myself. I could have done this differently. I should have made sure she was at the hospital sooner. Why didn't I go? All of these things, that we do when we lose someone. We're so used to being in control. At the end of the day, right, we're sons and daughters of a living God. We have the power and ability to create and manifest. So sometimes the notion that things could happen to us that are outside of our control is hard to believe. Why do things have to change? Why do we have seasons in our life? But ultimately, we all come into this world, we're born and we die. But even knowing that doesn't make grief and loss easy to process. So I just wanted to encourage you guys today that no matter what you're going through, no matter what kind of loss you're experiencing, if it's the loss of a job, of a pet, of a significant other, a loss of a child, that whatever it is, that you don't have to go through that alone. There are other people who love the person that you've lost that are grieving with you. There are other families that are going through loss with you. And sometimes it helps, like even if you're thinking, I don't know how much I can get out of going to support group, maybe you can be there and offer support and be a blessing to someone else. And sometimes just by being there and being able to bless someone else, it will help you heal in the process. And some of you watching this are going through grief over something that happened years and decades ago, that might not even have to do with someone passing away. It has to do with a way that you feel you might have disappointed someone or wronged someone else. To encourage you to let that go. To let that go. That you're not that person anymore. That whatever happened, if it's grief from loss of the relationship, or guilt from something that you did in the past, guilt because someone's gone and you wish you could have done things differently to keep moving forward, because that's what they would have wanted for you. You can't love the people that are still here in the past by living in the past, by keeping yourself paralyzed and by guilt, or beating yourself up with your guilt, is keeping you from remembering the love that you've lost and honoring the love that you've lost in the present. So what does that look like? If you think about the relationship that you had with the person, what are things that they enjoyed? And to honor them by taking the time to do some of those things with the people that are still here. I know with my mom, Like, I was in the middle of grieving, and I told my husband, I said, I can't talk to my mom anymore. And he said, why not? And so, to help me process through my guilt and my anger with myself over having lost my mom, I told her, Mom, I love you, I miss you, I'm sorry. And it's crazy because I felt like I could hear her telling me, baby, I love you. It's okay, I'm proud of you. And then I had to eventually forgive myself, right? Not for just, what might have happened when my notions on how what I did could have contributed to her not being here on this earth for so long, but for the way that I treated myself in between, for the unkind and hurtful way that I treated myself in between. Because when we're hurting, in between pain and guilt and leading up to acceptance, for attacking myself during my grief, for being so cruel to myself while I was grieving, I had to forgive myself for that. Because when we're in that space, you can't love, right? It's hard to love. It's hard to show up. It was hard for me to show up the way that I needed to show up for my daughter and for my husband because I was missing my mom. And I checked out. I checked out from showing up for her, from talking to my husband, because I was busy listening to these demons that were telling me I wasn't good enough and I should blame myself. And I had to talk to my mom about it and talk to God about it. And then another voice came to me. If you're going to beat yourself up over everything that you did wrong, you might as well acknowledge everything that you did right. The phone calls, the time that you took out to spend with your mom. And because she loved you, how she would want you to live, right? To honor the person that you've lost with your life by living. So I want to encourage you guys, especially if the person that you've lost also had other people close to them, like a sibling. How would they want you to show up for the people that they love more than just you who are still here? To be a loving parent to their sibling, and to show the other people in your life that lost that person that it's okay for them to move on, for them to keep living, for them that it's okay for them to be happy. Because you show them it's okay to be happy, that the person you all have lost would want them to be happy. And that just because you can't see them anymore doesn't mean that they're not here watching over you. I love you guys. If you're really going through a hard time, I'm a huge advocate of therapy. So to please seek help if you need help. And if you're watching this video and you have anything to share that would help someone else who's going through grief and suffering from guilt in relationship to grief, to please share that and be a blessing to them. I know something my mom used to say to me was, I love you, baby, give yourself a hug and a kiss for me. So if you guys are watching this, I hope you can tell yourself I love you and give yourself a hug and a kiss for the person that you've lost. I love you. Please be kind to yourself. Thanks for watching. I love you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.